The same day, 2:40 p.m. Oh, interesting. So they finally made it that far, have they? That's Ren, right? That's Ren. It seems everyone has received their invitations now. With this, I believe everything is prepared for the party. Who shall uncover the demon's identity first? Estelle and Joshua? Or will it be the special support section? Or perhaps it will be... Why all the questions? We both know you've already seen how things will play out. Me? Oh no, I'm not so overconfident as to claim I can see the future. All I see are the threads that make up the tangled web of fate. I can't help but be curious as to what kind of tapestry all these intertwining destinies will weave here in this land called Crossbell. That is all, dear Meister. Nothing more, nothing less. If you say so. I have no idea what the Mafia and that cult are planning, but I imagine things are going to get unruly. Well, I suppose we reap what we sow. Perhaps this is retribution. Yes, I suppose one might say this is retribution for all the sin that has accumulated in that vast grey city. And here I was certain that the society was involved in all of this. Well, Crossbell is a neutral zone between our boroughs and the Septian Church. The Pope prohibits the knights from taking action here, and the Grandmaster doesn't dispatch any enforcers to the area. Or so they claim anyway. I always thought that your studio was rather dubious. However, I never imagined you'd go so far as to craft your own system that can remotely interfere with Crossbell's orbital network. Thank you for that, by the way. I've had a truly wonderful time playing with it. If it was of use to you, then I suppose my efforts were worth it. When that man coerced me to cooperate, I nearly destroyed it out of spite. I see that your strained relationship with a professor hasn't improved in the slightest. Head of the 13 factories in Ouroboros 6th Angius, Professor Novartis. Why is he so interested in the Epstein Foundation's orbital network trial runs anyway? He's already got his astral code. It's useless to try and figure out what that man is thinking. He was probably intending to use it for some confounded plan of his. What is that fool thinking, giving away test models so haphazardly? You're referring to that wrecked archaism at the special support section fought, correct? What I've seen on the terminal, it seems like quite the machine. You'd think that, but it certainly had its issues with situational awareness and apt decision-making. Seems it doesn't quite match up to your partner. I'm certain the professor has realized I'm staying here by now, hasn't he? Putting me aside for a moment, has he said anything about my friend? He's been quiet for the time being. I imagine he's preoccupied with those new machines he's working on. In any event, I finished fixing your friend's posture control and reinforcing the structural integrity of his joints. The professor won't have any room to complain about the upgrades I made to his creation. Thank you very much, Meister. Now at long last, the final gamble can begin. My, such a dreary face. You crafted an assortment of imposter dolls for me, taught me how to puppet them, and allowed me to take refuge here. I truly am thankful, Grandpa Jörg. There's no need to thank me. I haven't done much at all. In any event, you're going to be quite busy today, aren't you? What do you say we have our afternoon tea a little early in that case? That sounds splendid. And there's Wen's partner, the Pater Mater. Pater Mater, let's go have tea. It will be a long day after all. Actually, it may very well be the longest day in the history of Crossbow State. Finale, Crossbell's longest day. The same day, 3 p.m. I understand. It's unfortunate things turned out this way. We've been hearing rumors about the missing people here and there. But it seems we're a bit too late to the punch this time. I can hardly believe that horrible cult has shown itself again after all these years. Arios, you were part of a team that took the cult down 6 years ago, right? Do you think there's a possibility that some of the cultists may have survived? Perhaps. We most certainly neutralized all of the lodgers, but it's possible some individual members escaped and went underground. It would likely be very easy with assistance from a criminal organization. And LoH definitely seems like the most likely group to have covered for them. Why would they bother with something as risky as helping wanted cultists, though? It's hard to imagine someone as calculating as Don Marconi doing something like that. You're absolutely right. There are plenty of groups that wouldn't overlook it if they found out LoH was harboring remnants of a cult. They'd be dealing with more than just us. The church and even that nefarious society wouldn't sit still either. In that case, that must mean they're still missing some pieces of a puzzle. Some details that haven't come to light just yet. Right. We don't have the time to look into it right now, though. We need to focus our efforts on finding out just where the Mafia has vanished to, and locating the missing persons. I'm certain that if we do so, it will help us unmask the remaining members of the cult. So, does that mean that you guys are okay with partnering up with us? That's right, more than okay in fact. We just can't sit idle whilst some of our citizens have gone missing. Not to mention the trouble this drug can cause. Thank you so much, we really appreciate the help. Of course. Now if we're settled, we should decide how we want to split up our duties. Putting aside Estelle and Joshua, what are the other members doing right now? Fortunately, Scott and Lynn don't have anything urgent to tend to. So including Estelle and Joshua, that makes 7 of us. Okay, please call everyone here. I'd like to make sure we search for high priority locations before the day is over. You got it. I go and contact them now. Your coordination never ceases to amaze me. It's the most powerful asset the Bracer Guild has in its arsenal. That reminds me, has Sergei given us approval for what you're doing here? Yeah, he's already granted us permission to cooperate with you. He offered his thanks to you too, Arios. Is that so? Arios, you worked under Chief Sergei back when you were part of the force. And you are partners with my brother, right? That's right. It was Sergei, Guy, and myself. The three of us were considered the most successful team in the history of the force. We accomplished more than any other group, including the 1st Division. However, I quit the force 5 years ago due to personal reasons. And with that, the team was no more. Sergei went back to the academy, and Guy was transferred to the 1st Division. And then, 2 years later, Guy was killed in the line of duty. Sometimes I think about how things might have turned out if I had never left the force. But I had my reasons for doing so and was resolved to see them through. Even so, I still reminisce about those days sometimes. The glory days. Those handful of years I spent working alongside an eccentric boss and a hot-headed partner. To be perfectly honest, I'm jealous of your group. You are? Didn't think I'd ever hear that coming from the divine blade of wind himself. If anything, I'd say we are the ones who should be jealous of a guild. Your members are free to help people however they see fit. The police have their own role to perform, just as the bracers have theirs. If it's the guild's role to pursue justice from outside the system, using their freedom from bureaucracy to help people, the police's role is to pursue that same justice from within the system, burdened by the many contradictions authority places upon them. I'm sure you've come across said contradictions more than once by this point. There's something I've grappled with in the past as well. While they're often unreasonable, you may very well learn and grow from the challenge, just as I did. Pursuing justice while confronting the contradictions of authority. Do you think my brother pursued justice the same way too? Yes, he certainly did. In fact, it's most likely the reason Sergei fought as hard as he did to establish the SSS. But that's enough lecturing from me for one day. You should work hard to find your own answers. That's probably what Guy would have wanted too. Right. Man, that's one hell of an assignment. We're back! Oh, Estelle, Joshua, and Shizuku too? Your outfit is just so adorable, Shizuku. Thank you. Hello there, everyone. It's nice to see you again, Shizuku. It sounds like you're enjoying your day out, kiddo. I had to deal with some urgent requests, so I asked Estelle and Joshua to accompany you. I apologize for putting this on the two of you. It's no biggie. I'm super lucky I got the chance to hang out with sweet little Shizuku. She even let me squish those adorable cheeks of hers. Hey, Estelle. Come on, Estelle, you're turning to some kind of cheek-pinching old aunt. But anyway, we have the news from Mikkel. He said we're making an off-the-record alliance with the police, is that right? Yes, I'll explain more once the other members have assembled. Lloyd, I'd like for the SSS to be here for the meeting if possible. Of course. Once everyone had assembled, they reviewed the current situation. After all the responsibilities that had been divvied up amongst the group, Lloyd and the others returned home to the SSS building. Okay, we'll take good care of Shizuku. Chief Sergei and Zaid are usually at the SSS building. They'll be able to keep watch, so you needn't worry over her. Right, thank you. Be a good girl and wait for me, Shizuku. Yes, father. Please be careful out there, everyone. Of course, you don't need to worry about us. Yeah, I kinda wish we weren't so short-staffed though. She's right. Once we all head out on our investigation, this place will be an open target. Are you guys really okay with this? Maybe we should have some of our members help with your investigation. Don't worry about it. Besides, we're supposed to be getting a call from the doctor about the drug's composition today, right? Leave the missing persons to us. You can start preparing for the next mission. Still a bit hard to believe we're teaming up with the police. It's fairly common in this area, but I never thought I'd see the day in Crossbell. Pleased to be working with you, everyone. No, ma'am. The pleasure's all mine. Thanks. I appreciate it. If you run into any trouble, please don't hesitate to contact us. We'll be sure to let you know if we learn any new information. Alright, everybody. Time for us to go out there and kick some butt. Yeah. Man, seeing them all together there was a little overwhelming. We were all aware of Arios' skill by now, but I could see why Estelle and Joshua are the guild's rising stars. All the other members seem highly skilled as well. I'd be willing to bet everyone was at least B rank. But dang, it's pretty rare for so many up-and-comers like that to all be at one guild branch. This must mean that the guild is really focusing their efforts on Crossbell. Looking at it another way though, you could say it means they're aware of how badly the CPD has its hands tied. Yeah, we just have to work twice as hard to keep up in that case. Sorry, Shizuku, I suppose it's not exactly professional of us to discuss this in front of you. Oh, it's okay, I don't mind at all. Besides, I've heard that my father was a police officer too. A long time ago. I know there are plenty of complicated problems happening right now. But this time, everybody's going to work together to fix them, right? That's right. At the moment though, I'd say it's more like they're helping us. Oh wait, I just remembered. Were you able to give your dad that pendant you made the other day? Oh, yes I was. He stopped by the hospital to visit me last night actually. I gave it to him then. I only wish I could have seen his reaction though. After I handed it to him, he went silent for a bit before awkwardly thanking me. I bet he said something like, "I'll hold on to this." Yes, almost word for word. I can certainly imagine him saying that. It seems like not even the matey Arios is a match for dear little Shizuku's charm. It just goes to show how important you are to him, Shizuku. Anyway, we should get you to the SSS building now. Mind holding on to my hand? Thank you. By the way, is Kia there? She sure is. I bet right now she's busy playing with Zaid. I'm sure she'd be delighted to have you join her. I can't wait. Alrighty, let's escort our little princess back to the castle. And we're having a nice little chat on the way. The same day, 5 p.m. Ah, he's gotta be messing with us, right? Why is he so damn late? That lazy dog told us he'd call back around noon, didn't he? Yes, he did. I called the medical college, but apparently he shut himself up in his lab. Perhaps he went into trouble while analyzing the drug's composition? Or he simply gone fishing again? Well, I don't think he'd do that to us this time at least. The doctor still hasn't got back to you with the results? No, sir. According to an other, he's holed himself up in his lab, running test after test. If things continue like this, it might be better to go talk to him face to face. Possibly. I want to know what the drug's made of before anyone else gets hurt. You forward her to St. Ursula. Leave coordinating with the guild to me. Thank you, Chief. We'll leave right away. Guess we'd better go catch a bus down to the medical college. So, I'll take care of communication with the guild. So you guys hurry and head over to see Dr. What's-his-name. Looks like Shizuku's with Kia. Yeah, Side's with him too, so you don't gotta worry about stuff here. Any new quests? Just the cooking quest that is finally on its last step. And this is Kia's room. Everyone, welcome back! Looks like you're already 2 peas in a pot. Do we have to go to work now, guys? Yeah, we do. We'll be back soon enough, yo. We will cook a big dinner together when we get back, okay? Shizuku can join us too. Awesome! Look, if you pet him right here, he wags his big fluffy tail. Oh, hello everyone. Sorry, we have to step out for a bit. Could we leave Kia inside to you, Shizuku? Of course. I'm just thankful they're letting me join in and play with them. Well, you don't get to be out and about much, right? Stay as long as you want, Shizuku. Thank you, I will. Can I really pet him? I'm a little nervous. A Mind-Free Quartz and a Gemini Gem. Giving us a gift, huh? Thanks, Rob. When well did you find this, or? What is a Gemini Gem? Time to cast arts is cut by 50%. Wow. It's actually pretty strong. Good. Now, since the next thing is to go to St. Ursula directly, I want to take another look around town first, and probably, if I find something interesting, hang it to this episode, because it is still rather short. I expect to find something and probably do this quest here, the creative cooks. And with that, I say for now, until next time. A novel pastime for having all the books in inventory. So all Black Alley Doctors and all Crossbow Times issues. Something strange going on out there. We've been getting non-stop phone calls today. Did something happen at Revashenko? Yes, this is Grimwood Law Office. Oh, really? This is the first I've heard about it too. Yes, of course. No, I'm terribly sorry about all this. If you need anything, please just give me a call. Excuse us for interrupting, Mr. Grimwood, but about that phone call... Oh, hello everyone. You heard a bit of that, did you? Well, it turns out no one has been able to get in touch with Revashenko. Because of that, I've been getting call after call from companies who do business with them and their competitors. I still have no idea what's going on. Lloyd, do you think this is related to... Wait, do you know something about this? There are still a lot of pieces we're missing, but we do know one thing for certain. Revashenko is completely empty. All of its personnel gone without a trace. You're absolutely positive? Please, Mr. Grimwood, we'd like for you to keep this confidential for now. The CPD is in the middle of figuring out how to best tackle the situation. It might take some time to fully assess what actually happened. I'm afraid that the chaos will only grow with the passage of time. Very well, I take care of any questions people may have about this, while you all focus on the investigation. If there's anything I can do to keep the situation from spiraling out of control, I'll do it. Thank you, sir. We'll leave it to you. You know, I doubt the Mafia will leave things like this for too long. I say we try to hurry it up. In the meantime, I start looking into Revashenko. The confusion surrounding this shouldn't spread too far for now, but I don't think we'll be able to keep it under wraps for longer than a day. I recommend you work quickly. I've got a bad feeling about this. Everyone be careful, okay? Lecter. Oh, you guys like to read too? What a lucky coincidence. Nothing better than making friends with fellow bookworms, wouldn't you say? Huh, well that's, honestly, I don't even know where to begin. I refuse to believe that he came here just to read, and it's almost unnatural how well he blends in. There's no use trying to wrap my head around it. Weren't you headed back to the Empire to handle business, Lecter? Oh yeah, that's right. But just cause I said I'd be in the Empire doesn't mean I had to go very far. I was right by Belgard Gate. Near Belgard Gate? It couldn't be... Is he referring to Garelia Fortress? Ain't that bad news? That base is pretty damn important to the Empire. Your ordinary civilian would never go there for simple business. I wish I was able to discern his identity even a bit. Nice, I've upped all the work I had left for in the Empire. Looks like I'm free to screw around Crossbow for a bit. I still don't get this guy. How much does he actually know? Well, he's a captain of the intelligence division, so... quite a bit. Crossbow Times, Issue 8. Society, raid on Heyu Trading Limited. Gunshots heard late last night. Heyu Trading Limited, a company located in the city's harbor district, was raided suddenly late last night. Anxiety is spreading among residents living near the scene. Based on the appearance of the damage, it can be inferred that heavy weaponry was used in the raid. A cross-bow police investigation is underway. What is Heyu Trading Limited? Heyu is a trading company headquartered in the eastern quarter of the Republic. 10 months ago, they established a branch here in the Harbor District, and it appears they conduct various commercial transactions under the audit of lawyers. Why were they raided? The question remains, why was a company such as this raided, let alone with heavy weapons? According to branch manager Zhao Li, I don't have any idea about the reason of the raid. However, because I manage a trading company, we have many rivals. There's a possibility that among them someone chose to express their unjustified resentment. He said, I'm terribly sorry to have caused this neighborhood such great concern and trouble, he said, bowing deeply. And there's a photo of Zhao. Tensions remain. Even a day after the incident, a sense of tension hangs in the air. The CPD are under pressure to unearth the truth of the incident quickly. Breaking story, Budget Committee conclusion. The Diet's prolonged budget session finally concluded this afternoon. Mayor McDowell and Speaker Hartman had an intense back and forth regarding the ideal municipal budget, but with a compromise the mayor proposed, an agreement was narrowly reached. The finalized budget will be released at a later date. Society. Airport mysteriously closed. Crossbell Airport has been closed since early this morning. The CPD blockaded the area, explaining that they were performing a special facility inspection. With regular airport operation temporarily offline, chaos and confusion have begun to spread. And further in society, mysterious disappearances? We have received a number of reports of missing persons across the city. As it is unclear what is rumor and what is fact, we are conducting an independent investigation. We will follow up in a future issue with our findings. Oh, do my eyes deceive me, or do we have the entire set of Back Alley Dr. Glenn? I've been meaning to collect all of them, but I wasn't able to find every volume. I have a proposal for you. If you give me the entire series, I give you one of my most precious antiques. Not yet. What a shame. I suppose it's back to the used bookstores with me. I've come this far, so I might as well grab the whole set for a good binge reading session. I want to quickly flip through them. Wonderful, everything here seems to be accounted for. Now, to uphold my end of the bargain, this may prove useful to you four. Received Zemurian ore. Thank you, ma'am. But what exactly is this? You see, this is a treasure I obtained through certain means. I believe it to be a relic of the ancient Zemurian civilization. It's incredibly dense, apparently making it impossible to progress even with modern tech. But perhaps it may be of some use to you in the coming days, you never know. Rumor has it that Marconi this man up and vanished. What in the world could have happened? So we know about it too? Well, when you're this close to their base, you're bound to hear what's what. Naturally, then again, too many aspects of their disappearance are still foggy. Even my sources in the Diet and CPD leadership didn't provide me with any straight answers. That doesn't bode well. There's confusion on all fronts, it seems. Oh well, I have you kids work your fannies off for me. Trust me, you'll have to if you want to get this incomprehensible situation under control. Yes, ma'am, you can count on us. We get to the bottom of what's happening. Evening already? Guess it's almost time for my personal hell. Well, might as well give you guys something nice before I head out. I learned this cocktail from a guest I hosted some time ago. I pray that one day I'll drink another cocktail as great as that one. Received the recipe for Shiny Blue. Learned the recipe. Another day of pouring drinks for guests. What's the point of this job anymore? Maybe it's time for a career change. Where are you? Shiny Blue. Randy good, Ellie bad. And somehow I turned my drink into cat food. Okay. Blue liquid restores 50% of EP. Oh, it's a good recipe. With a full revive and an EP restore? I managed to come up with this genius mapo tofu recipe while working here. You guys want to learn something cool? Medicinal mapo tofu. Full heal and cures ailments. My new menu is finally starting to take shape, thank Adios. And this time I'm pretty confident in it. Today is another great day to search for a beauty will taste test my cuisine. You have 23 peculiar dishes. Ready to show me what you got? Well, I go ahead and take those if you don't mind. Man, just who are you guys? You literally brought me every dish imaginable. You guys sure know cross-balance cuisine. We'll take your word for it. I suppose we do cook for ourselves just about every day, though. Yeah, turns out we all got our own specialties we can go to town with. I make a mean mapo tofu, if I do say so myself. Wow, you all really do have the hearts of chefs. I'm touched. Anyway, you guys are lifesavers. Just thinking about what would have happened if I didn't come up with a new recipe. What exactly would have happened? Yeah, you really don't want to know. Just forget I said anything. Alright, want to try a bite of a test dish? I still have to thank you for all your help. The taste isn't quite there yet, but behold my creation. Truffle and fish eyeball soup. Regardless of our tastes, it looks absolutely horrid. It certainly is an odd combination. I appreciate the offer, but I pass. Really? What a shame. I was hoping to get some early feedback. Oh well, I just give you this instead. Ripe onion soup recipe. You remember that creamy soup that you gave me before? Looking at that, I was struck with culinary genius. But since it's a little too plain, I thought it wouldn't be that popular with the customers. Still, feel free to try it out. Thanks. Wouldn't a tamer dish like this be perfect for the new menu though? You say something? Nothing. Perhaps his palate is a tad too sophisticated? Sweet, I go ahead and start sampling everything then. Thanks for doing this, guys. If I need anything else, I give you a call. We are available anytime. After hearing complaints about how my dishes look, I put extra care into fine-tuning their presentation. The customer's always right after all. Yo. And come on. I have given you a prankster. Strong liquid. There we have it. There's a letter accompanied by a glimmering quartz. To you, kind stranger, who have repeatedly made such generous offerings to the Jizo, I would give my sincerest thanks. Well, you will have to forgive my rudeness for choosing such an indirect means of expressing my thanks. But the truth of the matter is that I could no longer help but reach out in some way as one whose heart is cleansed daily by your selfless deeds. Though it may be presumptuous of me to act on behalf of a Jizo, I've prepared a gift to share my gratitude. I pray that it will be of some use to you. Yours truly, an anonymous neighbor. Received Solar Gem. Solar Gem. Solar Gem absorbs earth, water, fire and wind magic attacks. And good quartz. Good. Alright, but I think I've been everywhere, so I will end this episode here, and next time we continue to go to St. Ursula. Until next time, I am Ace, and don't get lost.